been using tretinoin for about the past 6 months. I started using it in July 2022 for anti-aging purposes and also to minimize some blackheads on my nose. When I first started, I was super cautious and scared of the purging, negative reactions, dryness, all this stuff. So after a lot of personal research, I started applying super slow and wanted to work my way up. I even tracked my progress in a Notion spreadsheet type thing. At this point, I've been using tret for about 6 months, but I did film this routine when I first started out. However, I would still stand by it today because this was a good starter routine for myself. I wanted to share it in case anyone else is scared of using tret to see how I did it and how I worked my way up. Just a disclaimer, this is what worked for me and my skin. The same may or may not apply to you, and I am by no means a professional in the skincare area or dermatology or anything like that. Anyways, here we are, and I'll show you exactly how I started out using tret. So starting from the very beginning, I would usually shower and brush my teeth before this point, so I'm not doing anything else to my face. I'm applying this basically right before I'm about to go to bed. Many people use a sandwich method and layer moisturizer and tret as a buffer. So that's what I do, but I only go in with one layer of moisturizer on the bottom to buffer the tret. The unscented Neutrogena Hydro Boost moisturizer is what I use as the base. I also wanted to mention that all of the skincare products I use in this video, I had already been using for months or even years before introducing tret, so I already know that they work well and don't break out on my skin. I apply a light layer of the moisturizer, and I would let it dry for 20 minutes to make sure my skin is completely dry before applying the tret. 20 minutes later, I make sure to wash my hands and my face is completely dry, and now we're bringing out the tret. I do one pump or a pea-sized amount on my pointer finger. You can see about how much that is in the video. Then I add half of it to my other pointer finger and then dab that on these 4 areas of my face: the forehead, cheeks, chin, and nose. And rub it in just like so that it forms a light layer on the face. Retin A Microgel 0.06% is the tret I use. It was prescribed to me by my dermatologist, and she suggested it because of the pump is easier for application. I know it's a higher percentage than most people started out with, but because I started using it so slowly, I think it's worked for me. And then I go to bed. Only in the mornings I apply tret. I wash my face with a gentle cleanser. The La Roche-Posay one here is great and gentle enough for this routine. I wet my face first and then cleanse my face, and then pat it dry with a towel. I only wash my face with a cleanser when I use tretinoin. If I hadn't used tretinoin the night before, I would only wash my face with water. After I've patted my face dry, here are the products that I go in with for my morning routine. The Clinique All About Eyes Eye Cream. I have been using this for years on and off. It's just a great neutral under eye cream that works well for me. The Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid Serum, and I use about 3 drops on my fingers and then I apply it to my face. My skin started getting slightly drier as I got a little older, and this has been a great lightweight way to really moisturize and plump up my skin. Plus I know tretinoin is super drying for a lot of people. Then I went in with the CeraVe Face Moisturizer with sunscreen. I like that it has sunscreen in it, and as many tretinoin users know, applying sunscreen with tret is essential. I introduced this First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer for dry skin. I hadn't really used a product specifically for dry skin before, so this was the first one I found, and I've been liking it so far and have since repurchased it. Then I went in with the Claudier Lip Balm. This is just for fun, and I was also waiting for my skincare to kind of sink in. Then I go in with La Roche-Posay Melt-In Milk Sunscreen SPF 60, and that's because I believe that the CeraVe, although it does have SPF in it, I just want to use a higher percentage to make sure that my skin is protected from the sun. Sunscreen is so important in general, and especially when you're wearing tret, you're more susceptible to burn. So that is it. My night routine on the days when I'm not applying tret is essentially the same, just minus the sunscreen. After about 3 months, my routine looks very similar to this, and I've since upped the frequency of tret. If you're interested in seeing an updated recap, just let me know in the comments. I make lifestyle and cleaning content on a weekly basis, so subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I will see you in the next one.